guys, do you know what day it is? Do you know what fucking day it is? Another video. And today, we're gonna basically see a video, well, as you see what it says on the screen, the longsword. Now, I have seen the hunting horn one up. Don't worry, I'm doing that one. Just because I mained it in World, that's why I'm leaving that one for another video, because we're getting shortly to the end of the weapons now, so, you know, that's why I'm going to try and do them in separate videos, rather than just a few together, you know. Longsword, so I can tell you my backstory about the weapon of experience. World, I think, got ruined a little bit by the attack cap, until Frostcraft came in. Yeah, we know when Frostcraft came in, it did as much as a great sword. Yeah, in Sunbreak, it took it to another level. It took the longsword to another level, because I had to learn a lot about the switch skills and stuff like that. I'm hoping to see something different in this. You know, I do not understand a lot about the longsword fully, but I do understand some of the moves. I can't say some of the moves' names, but you'll know the drill when I'm going to talk about them. But I'm going to get, I get my brutal honest. So, and then I'm going to talk about the experience of longsword. So let's get to it. Okay, that's the same. Glad they kept that in. Okay. That is generally the same one, okay. Oh, I'm glad you kept that in. Oh, is that the... Okay. Okay, it's red. Okay, stop. I like the red gauge. It's got like a line, like, I actually like that. Okay, once the gauge turns red, some of the attacks will be strengthened. Some. So there's going to be like just certain attacks. So is it going to be one of those that when you hit the monster, there's going to be an aftermath hit? Like so. Like the lightning, I call it the lightning strike, because yeah, it's like a quick lightning strike, and then there's an aftermath, like a slice, satisfying cut. You know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I use different words. You know, I'm one of those kind of people. Folks more than right, okay. Okay, they kept that in. Okay. I saw one thing that was different. When you climb up to the sky of heavens, I call it the heaven slicer. Don't judge me. And you come down, I call it the heaven slicer. On the way down, baby. I noticed there's another move being added. Have you seen that? Like, I noticed there was another move added. Okay, that's one of the strength moves from it when the red gauge, sorry. Okay, like if every attack, I know they said some attacks, but if every attack was like that, it would be God mode. There, watch, see that? Let's wind that back. when he slices down from heaven, it's kind of a like an edge combo. So I'm guessing there were going to be some extra meter, maybe. And it was like a multiple slices. Okay. The thing is, though, what my problem is when you I can't even say that right, see. When you put your weapon back in, it was always slow for me. I don't know how people could do it so quick. I guess it's kind of a meter thing. That's the only thing that was bothering me with it. I'm going to be brutally honest, and I think that's the weakest trailer. I think that was the weakest trailer because there's a lot I've seen from it. How can I explain it in words? I'm trying to explain the words so there's no crybabies. How can I explain this? It's very hard to explain. When you've seen so many moves from World and other games, and then they open the level on Rise and Sunbreak to another level with Silkbind attacks. When you go back to this kind of Monster Hunter game when there's no Silkbinds and stuff, it's very hard to adjust of what's good. And that's what was a worry about me with this game. I worry about the hunting horn as well. Like so. I still think the Gunlance is the best trailer. Out of them all, I really think, because it just has so many different tactics. It is. I think that was the weakest trailer. Besides that really ending 1 second again when that extra move was in, and then the strength in the attacks. I think there's going to be focus mode, more focused, and this is what brings me to the point of longswords, my experience. So as you know, I've already said a little bit about it. The problem is with longswords, they're going in public hunts, just swinging the sword around and hitting other players like there's no one in. It is. Let me tell you a backstory, okay? People in a lobby were so pissed off by the sweaty longswords. Holy shit, there's so much sweaty in a longsword. That's why I don't really play it that much, because I'm not that of a sweat. So they were so angry at this longsword because they were just hitting the other people away from the monster, and then they ended up dying. And I'm like, this has to be a troll. And no, it wasn't. It was literally a dominating swear going in a public lobby thinking they were in a solo lobby. So I took things into matter of my hands because I love the lance. And you know where I'm going to go with this. And as for the lance, it has a long radar. So if one person's at the other side and one person's at the other side, you can just poke. And I was poking the longsword. I was like, right, so he's at the left side. I'm going to go at the right side. I'm going to piss this longsword off. And I did. So bad. It was so overly toxic from them. Holy crap. And with the silk binds, I start running away, seeing if he actually chased me while the monster was still alive. He literally chased me for 10 minutes straight. He would not go back to the monster. He was delusional, obsessed of hitting me back because of just one little poke. But he was hitting all the other players. I'm not kidding. And that was just one example. And then there was multiple examples But I've said this before and I said it again. It's not the longsword's fault. It's the person using it. And I think there's way overly toxic in the longsword community. Way too many sweaty things in denial. And I'm not saying this because that's what I'm saying about the trailer, because if the trailer was strong, I would just say, because as you know, I said about the magic stick. I call it the magic stick because that was God mode in Sunbreak. And the only thing really what I saw was there was the spinning. What was really just the difference. Everything else just looked the same. So, like I said, I ain't judging Longsword by the experience of that, of the stupid idiots, sweats. I'm basically on the trailer, and I do think it was a lot weaker than the rest. But who knows? You don't know behind it until you get the demo. I've said this in the other trailers as well. But yeah, that was the experience of longswords from people in general. There wasn't really a massively good experience. And I think that's how I gained Main of the Lance a lot. Because you could poke like some. And they say, oh, you can get a jewel. Put the jewel in. Why should I put the jewel in? You're the one sweating shit out, waving your fucking longsword about like there's no one else in the hunt. And there's other 3 people. You know, I just think longsword people are just getting overly toxic and it's getting stronger. And I know these comments, that's why I'm not even going to look at the comments, because I'm just going to basically cringe like a lot, because there's a lot of sweaty, in it. I can't. That's why I don't blame the longsword itself, because it's unique, it's brilliant, it's great, but the people using it is just awful. It's just clearly awful. No one likes a longsword in a public lobby. No one does. Unless, like I said, your longsword mains, it is. But I think that was the weakest trailer. Pushing that all side of my experience, I do believe that was the weakest trailer, because we've seen a lot of the moves that have already been in. Do you know what I mean? But I think longsword, you can't really add a lot of new techniques, because even with the heavy bowgun, probably the light bowgun as well, we don't know yet, that hasn't been released, but I truly believe deep down longsword goes in the category of heavy bowgun. You can't really add a lot of change to it, and I think this is what the focus mode's gonna do. It's gonna make the weapons up better. It is. So here's my point of view. Mods and cheats, you're gonna fucking mod this focus like shit. I'm sorry, I said I'm gonna continue talking about this until there is some rest. I think they should just make a video about what they're gonna do with the mods and cheats. But I feel like when they're gonna release the demo, this is when they're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? But I know for a fact you're gonna be making those videos, and you're gonna be scam builds and stuff like that. I know I'm gonna see a lot of that. That's why I blame a lot of a certain country, because they come off. They all come off in that country. It's a popular game in that country. But they over-ruin it. They over-ruin it for other people's experience. I'm sorry, they do. And they need to clean this shit up. Capcom needs to clean this shit up. And I think to do that, and I know it's restricted, they might just put an anti-cheat system in, like so. And if they still go in these public hunts, they're gonna just go, gone. You've had your warning, you've had your chance, now you're gonna get punishment and suffer. Like so. Because some people just can't keep it in the circle, in their own circle. They have to interfere with people that wants the experience. And longswords goes into that category. I'm sorry, it does. Like so. Sword and shield. I love the sword and shield. But you've seen the video, the cheats, to using it's bad reputation. And I'm hoping the sword and shield does come next, but where's the lance? I'm curious about the lance. What have you added in? Because that's another weapon, like the long sword, like the heavy bow gun. You can't add a lot to it new. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my reaction, guys. What do you think of longsword? It's still pretty good, but I just think the trailer made it a lot weaker than the gun lance. Simple, like this. So, but yeah, there you go. You see something to the left, you see something to the right. It's getting wild in here. Sorry, I was just gonna, end the clip.